Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to create a personal VPN and a WhatsApp proxy by running a single line. We will follow through this repository that I just created. It is fresh out the oven, and by the time you're done with the one-time setup, all you need to do is to run this single line to create a server that works as an outline VPN and a WhatsApp proxy that you can share with your family or friends. So let's walk through the steps together. If you prefer to do it on the AWS console visually, you can check out my other video for outline, and I have a separate video to create a WhatsApp proxy. Step 1 is to create an AWS account. This is pretty straightforward, so I won't go through it, but you basically put your information and a credit card in, and when you create that account, your credit card won't be charged because for the first year, everything that we do will fall within the free tier. So once you're done creating the account, meet me at step 2. For step 2, we want to create a user and an access key for the user. So if you click on the access key, you will see the instructions here on how to do it, but I will go through it step by step. Go ahead to your AWS console and click on IAM, or you can search it up here. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. We want to create a user, so click on Users and then click on Add Users and give yourself a username. Also enable the console access and create a custom passwords for yourself. And you can uncheck this one because you're creating it for yourself and you know what the password is. So now we want to give this user some permissions. There are different ways to do it. What I'm going to do is to just attach a policy and give myself full admin access. Normally, ideally, you want to give any user the minimum amount of access required. For, I guess, speed purposes, I'm just going to go through this faster. But if you are ever creating a user for somebody else, you don't want to give them more permissions than they need. So I will click on Next. And you can edit these as needed. Again, it is more useful when you're managing a team. Since this is most likely it's just going to be you, you can just click on Create User. Now for this user, we want to create a key that we can use to programmatically make changes to this account. So go back to the user list and click on the user. Now click on Security Credentials and go down till you find the access keys and create an access key. You can select this option and then click Next. And again, you can give this a tag or you can just leave it empty and click on Create Access Key. Now this is what we are interested in. We want the access key and the secret access key, and this is the only time that you can see them. If you want to keep them, you should download the CSV file. And I will obviously delete this access key since I'm showing it to everybody, but you want to copy your values and use them for the next step. So if you go to the next step, you see that if you're on Mac, you will set them using the export command. And if you're on Windows like me, you use the set command. So let's do them one by one. So the command is set AWS access key ID equals and then the value. So I will paste this here. Then I will go and get my access key, paste it and press enter. I will do the same thing for my secret access key. So again, the instruction is to type set AWS secret access key equals, and I will paste it here. And then copy my secret access key, paste it, and press enter. Okay, the next step is to install Terraform. So you can go to this link, and depending on what operating system you're on, you can select the appropriate version and install it. On Windows, the easiest way to install it is using Chocolatey. So if you don't have Chocolatey, I have the link in the description section. You can first download that one and then install Terraform. So on Windows, I will just type Choco install Terraform. And if you get an error like this, it means that you didn't open your command line as an administrator. So all you need to do is to exit that one and open another shell, but as an administrator. So you can just right click and run as an administrator. You will get a message, you confirm it, and now you can do the same thing. So Choco install Terraform. Now you can go to the next step. I'm gonna get rid of this new command line and go to the next step where I need to clone this repository. So all you need to do is to copy the HTTPS link here and type get clone and then paste that. The next step is to generate an SSH key pair. So go ahead to the folder that you just cloned to put the keys there. And if you open this page, you will see the instructions on how to create a SSH Key Pair. So copy this, paste it, and I want to put the key right where I am, and I will name it proxy key, and I will leave the passphrase empty. So now if you ls or on Windows you do dir, you will see, you should see keys that are created here. So this is my public key and this is my private key. You can add the .pem at the end of it. It is okay if you don't. Okay, we're almost there. So the next step is to put the value of the public key in the main.tf file. I will open this project in PyCharm. You can use any editor that you're comfortable with. Now go ahead and open the public key that you just created and copy this whole value and go to main.tf and paste it for the value for public key. So I will just remove everything that's between quotes and paste it. And if it goes to next line, just do a backspace so it's all in one line. Now down in your terminal, type terraform space init. If you get this happy green message, the next thing you want to type is terraform space apply. It gives you a prompt and you should type yes, exactly all lowercase, and press enter. I'm speeding this up, but basically Terraform behind the background is communicating with AWS to create your servers. If everything goes well, you will see an output like this. So this is the IP address of the server that was created. And you can provide that to your contact to be used as the WhatsApp proxy server. If at any point you lose it or you forget it, you can just type terraform space output and you will again see the IP address. And finally, for the outline VPN, you can just go down the README and copy this, paste it here, and then you want to replace the key value with your key. So I will erase this and type proxy key.pem. And also you want to replace the instance IP with the IP address of your instance. So I will just copy this IP address and paste it here. And if I press enter and then type yes, then I will see the line that I need to add to the outline manager. So in outline manager, I will click on AWS and first two pieces were done already. So I will just paste the value that we got here and click done. And there we go. Now you have a server, and remember to share the key with your contact privately. Now, if you go to the EC2 dashboard of your AWS console, you should be able to see this proxy server. And if you want to create it in a different region, you can go up to the region that it was. So by default, I created it in Mumbai. Let's say I want to create it in Northern California. I will need this US-West-1, and I also need the AMI ID. So if I click on this one, there are different ways that you can find the AMI ID, but one of the easiest ways to do it is to just go to the region that you like, click on Launch Instances, and get the default ID from the console. So this is what you need, AMI dash and the rest of the number. So if you go back to the code and you go to the main.tf file, here is the AMI ID that you want to replace, and up here is the region that you want to replace. And lastly, you don't want to make changes to these servers manually. You want to always use the Terraform script to do it. So if you want to take the servers down, you will just type Terraform destroy, and this will take a few seconds and will get rid of all the things that were created. It's not just the server, it's the security, inbound and outbound rules, and a bunch of things that Terraform created in the background. So it is always better to use the script to make sure everything gets cleaned up properly. The good thing about the work that you did in this video is that anytime that I share more automated code in the future, you can easily just use it without going through all of these steps. If you found the video helpful, feel free to share it with your contacts, and best of luck.